This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 864. Zamorak did nothing wrong. Enjoy. Number 2, we got a more explicit answer than usual on what the light and shadow voices are, considering what was mentioned in the restricted engram from Asanandra's quest. To what extent do you think Guthix planned this?
That's the $1,000,000 question.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I was actually thinking of this when we were talking about the light and shadow earlier, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he probably foresaw this as one of the paths things would go, with Sliske's little game just being a convenient distraction.
He basically he gave Sliske the World Guardian's name and just sort of let Sliske do the rest from the sound of the engram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Forced us together, so light and shadow say.
Yeah, and I think the general implication from all that is that we wouldn't have been able to do and be able to be going through what we're doing right now if not for our first confrontation we had with Sliske there.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the way I interpret it on this. So I think that, do you think it was planned? Because planned is in quotation marks, or do you think this is just one potential path he saw things going? Or do you think he saw this exact path?
I do think because I've been talking about this on the monthly bits as aforementioned. We did in fact talk about where we think the Elder God Wars arc will end.
Right.
And I do think the World Guardian being part light and part shadow is inherent to the way this will end up, because that is something the Elder Gods cannot and will never have, and that is our bargaining chip over them.
So, when it says we got a more explicit answer than usual on what the light and shadow voices are, what does that mean?
Alaska? Any help?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't understand exactly what that's saying.
Well, I think this goes back to the, in particular, the Once Upon a Time discussion that we had about these light and shadow voices, how that they're not there for everybody and they're not the same for everyone. And that these ones were built specifically for us based on what our path has been and what our path will be.
Anyone can have a Sliske, but anyone can have a Sliske, but we have this specific Sliske, maybe because of Guthix.
Yes, that's the way I'd see that, and I think that that's what the exact explicit answer is from that Once Upon a Time post-quest dialogue. I think that's what she's mentioning with this.
So it's implanted in us.
Yeah. And Guthix did that, and Sliske did that. And you couldn't have had our final product without both of them.
So, what if it's not just Sliske, then?
What?
Well, Sliske stabbed Zaros, right?
No.
Or, Guthix, I mean.
No. He didn't even...
transfer
Well, he
it.
didn't stab, he sort of
Well,
zapped.
No, power was transferred from Guthix to Sliske.
So are
and
you
then
saying...
from Sliske to us.
Are you saying we might have a Guthix in here as well?
Maybe he's the light voice.
Oh, God!
There's too much sass for that. There's too much sass for that.
Well, I mean, it's mixed, right?
Or maybe, maybe it could be kind of like a Guthix-based...
Because if he really planned all of this, then he would have had to have done something like that. Make sure everything didn't,
keeping an eye out on the plan?
Keeping an eye on it and making sure everything actually goes to plan. Interesting.
So it could, in effect, be Guthix's essence paired with Sliske's personality for the light voice. Is what you're getting at.
I think the shadow voice is definitely Sliske.
Yeah, we know that much.
But I could see the light voice just being balanced.
Because we're one of the very few that can traverse those deepest levels of the Shadow Realm right now, right? Do we know who else can do that yet?
Yugi? Shane, do you get that joke?
No, I was just laughing for the hell of it because my question wasn't answered.
Duel.
Oh my
No,
god.
but who in our current crop of characters would be able to traverse deep into the Shadow Realm like that?
Zaros.
Zaros, sure, but he's
Trending.
not a factor. Trending.
What do you mean he's not
Hazard?
a factor?
He's been gone since Battle of the Monolith.
Has he? Or has he just been in the Shadow Realm?
If he was
Well,
in the Shadow Realm, there would have been a
he-
reason for us to know.
Erebus
He's
kind of is, though,
disappeared
right?
before. There's precedent for this.
Right, Erebus is the deepest layer of the Shadow Realm. We do know that much. But I think if he was able to get back, he would have. Or has he just, like we said on the episode, the monthly bit about where this ends, or has he just given up and trying to go elsewhere? Because
I think
remember,
he has given up on Gilmore.
Serious.
because remember, he has Maw's core with him still.
But now you mentioned who from the crop of characters can traverse the Deep Shadow Realm. Khazad can. Khazad is... I'm actually starting to agree with you, Earth. I think Zamorak might be using his dumb shit little boy to go traverse the Shadow Realm for him.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
Huh.
smart.
Unlike Khazad.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes you don't need a precision weapon. You need a sledgehammer. You gotta get through a wall. You get a sledgehammer. You don't get a knife.
A level 40 sledgehammer.
Exactly.
Oh, I think we could have a whole monthly bit on this question number 2 here, because I feel like if we got that whole team together again and bring Earth on that, we could have a full discussion on that. Because I feel like we're just beginning to scratch the surface with this. So just to answer this, planned? Yes?
Yes.
God's plan.
Or one of the paths? Okay,
I
so you
think-
say planned.
yeah.
Tannis, planned or just a path?
Tough.
All right, fair enough. You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.